So the numerical related to topic electric potential energy, work done in assembling a system of 2, 3 or more charges, or work done in moving a charge in presence of other charge from one point to other. First question is, a cube of side B has a charge q at each of its vertices. Determine the potential and electric field due to this charge array. Array means systematic form of charges, means when they are positioned in a particular pattern at the center of cube. First of all, if I want to find this electric potential due to each charge which is present at the vertex of the cube, means there are 8 vertices, means there are 8 charges, 8 q charges. First we have to, if we calculate potential due to one charge, then we just multiply with it 8, and we have to calculate what? We have to calculate the charge distance of each charge from the center, because potential due to a single charge is k time charge upon distance, means we have to find this center distance. So we have to find diagonal distance of the cube, center of the cube, say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. From B to E. This is the diagonal of the body. Let us take triangle B, E, let me float it again. Let this be. This is the center. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Let us take the triangle AOH, means from the back wall, top left vertex joined to the front wall of the cube to the right bottom vertex. Triangle AHEA, means we have to take this triangle. If the side of each side is B, means this EH is B, we have to find this. This is what? If I take this triangle EBA, this is hypotenuse, this is B, this is B, the hypotenuse is under root 2B. So we can find easily this one. This is again hypotenuse because this is 90 degree. So this HA, which is the diagonal length, and all diagonal length of this cube is same. If we find one, the rest will be same. This is equals to B square plus under root 2 B whole square, its square. This is B square plus 2B square, this is equals to 3B square. So if we remove this square, take under root on this side, this is under root 3B. So the length of each diagonal of this cube is under root 3B. But we have to find the distance of the vertex from the center, so we will take the half of this diagonal. So this is the distance of each vertex of this cube from the center. So potential due to one charge at the corner, this is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge upon distance. Taking 2 in numerator, we get this. But we have 8 vertices, so we multiply it with 8. This is the net potential. Electric field. Electric field at the center due to this all charges present at the vertices will be 0, because each vertices apply the force in opposite direction and they will cancel out each other. So net field at center is 0. Next question is if one of 2 electron of hydrogen molecule means H2, is removed. In H2 there are 2 protons and 2 electrons, and if 1 electron of this 2 is removed, means in the system we left with 2 proton and 1 electron. We get hydrogen molecule H2 positive. This ion consists of 2 proton and an electron. If at any instant 2 proton are separated by a distance of 1.5 angstrom from each other and from the electron by 1 angstrom. Calculate potential energy of the system. Specify the choice of zero potential. That means up to you. Zero potential means we have to assemble a system of 3 charges, 2 positive E and 1 negative E. We have to assemble this system in such a way that these both are separated by 1.5 angstrom from each other, and from this minus charge by 1 angstrom. So we'll use the potential energy formula for the 3 system of charges with no external field, and that formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge 1 charge 2 upon distance between them, charge 2 charge 3 upon distance between them, charge 2 charge 3 upon distance between them. So this is the distance between each we know, and charge upon each we know. This is E square, E square, E square. Taking E square common, inside we get 1 by RAB minus 1 by RAC minus 1 by RBC. Minus sign is due to the electron. Then if we convert angstrom into meter, 1 angstrom equals to 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. And value on the charge is equals to value of charge on an electron is 1.6 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. By substituting this value, we get what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught equals to 9 into 10 raised to power 9. Just substitute the value. E square means 1.6 in 10 raised to power minus 19 square. In bracket 1 by 1 RAB is 1.5 10 raised to power minus 10. RAC is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 10, that is again 10 raised to power minus 10, and RBC is 10 raised to power minus 10. By solving this system, we get this much energy. This is in joule. We have to convert every form of energy in electron volt. We have to convert it in electron volt, and 1 electron volt is equals to 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 joule. So 1 joule is equals to 1 by 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 electron volt. So instead of 1 joule, when I replace this value, I get this upon 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19, and the system get converted into electron volt. By solving this, you will get the value of potential energy, that is minus 19.2 electron volt. So this is the electrostatic potential energy of the system. If this is negative, means this system is a bounded system. They are bounded with each other. Next question is, in a hydrogen atom, electron and a proton are bounded by a distance of 0.53 angstrom. Estimate the potential energy of the system in electron volt. Taking 0 of the potential energy means taking only 2. We have to apply the formula of work done in assembling system of 2 charges in absence of electric field. In absence of electric field, that formula is W is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge 1 charge 2 upon distance between them. Charge 1 is electron, charge 2 is proton, and distance between them is 0.53 angstrom. If we convert this angstrom, that is 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. We just substitute the value here and get the answer, that is in joule. That this answer, by solving this, you will get an answer in joule. Then again you have to convert the joule in electron volt by substituting or by dividing this term with 1.6 in 10 raised to power minus 19. So this is the answer in electron volt. Second point, what is the minimum work required to free the electron given that its kinetic energy in the orbit is half the magnitude of the potential energy. So this is the value of potential energy. Taking half of it, we get the kinetic energy. This is, and kinetic energy, remember one thing, potential energy can be positive, negative or 0. Can be positive, negative or 0. But kinetic energy is always positive. If kinetic energy of system is negative, means that's not possible, means system do not move. So kinetic energy is always positive. So we take it in positive. When we have to calculate the total energy, that is kinetic energy plus potential energy. So we'll get answer in minus, or sorry, we get an answer that is 13.6 electron volt. Next question. A charge 8 millicoulomb is located at origin, means at origin 8 millicoulomb is located. Milli means 10 raised to the minus 3. Calculate the work done in taking a small charge of 2 into 10 raised to the minus 9 coulomb, or we can say 2 nanocoulomb. Nano means 10 raised to the minus 9. From point A to B via C, means we are taking the charge from this point to minus 2 nanocoulomb from A to B via C, means we are taking it like this. As we know, electrostatic force is a conservative force and do not depend upon the path followed, it just depends upon the initial and final condition. So initial point is A, final is B, so potential difference is VB minus VA. So work done is simple, charge into potential difference, that is VB minus VA. You have to calculate this VB and VA. VB is what? VB is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Potential due to this charge, let this charge be Q1 and this charge be Q2, that we are moving. Q1 by distance between them RA, for the other that is Q1 by RB with K. By substituting the value and solving it, we get an answer. By solving, we get answer in joule, then you have to convert this in electron volt. Please convert this in electron volt as it is not converted here. Next question. To charge conducting sphere of radii A and B are connected to each other by a conducting wire. What is the ratio of charge of the sphere and electric field of the two spheres? If they are connected by a wire, means the potential or due to potential difference, charge will flow from one body to another, means body at high potential to body at low potential, until the potential on them become equal. When potential become equal, that is V1 by V2. Say potential charge on the first body is Q1 and its radius is A, so potential formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon charge by distance. Let charge on other body is Q2 and it's of radius B. This. From here we get Q1 by Q2 is A by B. Next we have to calculate electric field. E1 is equals to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon charge by distance square. E2 is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon charge by distance square. Again taking the ratio by substituting the value of Q1 by Q2, that is A by B. We get answer of electric field E1 by E2 is equals to B by A. So electric field strength on their surface is equal to the inverse of the ratio of their radii.